Hello students, good morning to everyone. Today we are here to study chapter 14 of GSC. Today we will study the solar system. In last class we have studied up to chapter 13 and today we will start with this. Before studying about the solar system, let's study what is solar system or what are the components that include the solar system. The solar system is made up of the planets that orbit or revolve around the sun. Means all those planets that revolve around the sun comes under the solar system, and about them we will study in this chapter. As the sun is so large that its powerful gravity attracts all the other objects in the solar system towards it. Sun is very large and it is at the center of the solar system, and around this sun all other planets are revolving round or orbiting the sun. According to the distance from the sun, different planets revolve around the sun, and that the fixed path of them is known as the orbit of that particular planet. So let's study about all the planets and the sun one by one. First of all, we'll study about the sun. Sun is at the center of the solar system and it is closest star to the earth. Sun is the closest star to the earth. It is a medium-sized star but many times bigger than the earth. It is not very big star, it is a medium-sized star but it is many times bigger than the earth. And this sun is the closest star to the earth. Closest star to the earth. It is a medium-sized star but many times bigger than that of the earth. It is a huge ball of hot gases. It gives off its own bright light and great heat in all directions, and it is the main source of all the energy present here. It is this fact is very important. This is chief source of all energy or main source of all energy present here. Chief source of all energy or the main source of all the energy. Now we will study about the planets. What is a planet? A planet is a heavenly body. A planet is a heavenly body that revolves around the sun along a fixed path. A planet is what is a planet? If someone asks you, what will you give the answer? This planet is a heavenly body that revolves around the sun along a fixed path, and this fixed path is called its orbit. What that is called? Orbit. Fixed path of the planet. Fixed path of the planet. Fixed path of the planet around which these planets revolve around the sun. So this is called the orbit. Each planet has its own orbit. Thus it keeps a certain distance from the sun. Unlike the sun, the planets do not produce their own light and heat, and then from where they get the light and heat? They reflect the heat and light produced by the sun. There are 8 planets that keep moving around the sun all the time. Number of planets? 8. 8 planets, and they keep all the time moving around the sun. In order Sun, it is brighter than any other planet. Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun and it is brighter than any other planet. Means we can say that this Venus is the brightest planet. Then it is also called the evening star or morning star, as it can be seen in the sky either at sunset or at sunrise as a bright object. As a bright object, we can see the Venus in the sky. Now about the Earth. Now about the Earth we will study. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. It is a small rocky planet which supports a variety of life. And it is the only planet with life on it. And why the life is present on the Earth? What is the speciality of the Earth? That life is present here. Only planet to have life. Only planet to have life due to presence of air and water. Due to presence of air and water on the Earth, this Earth is the only planet to have life. Earth is the only planet to have life. Now, one more thing about this Earth, it is also known as the blue planet because almost 70% of its surface is covered with water. So it is called the blue planet. What it is called? It is called the blue planet because almost 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Clear? Now we will study about the Mars. And Mars is known as the fourth planet from the Sun and it is known as the red planet. Why this is known as red planet? Due to presence of brown soil. Due to presence of brown soil. And Mars resembles the Earth most. Mars resembles means look like the Earth most. Scientists believe that it is the only planet besides the Earth where life may exist. But till today, no living form has been found there. And this Mars is known as the red planet. This you have to remember due to presence of the brown soil on it. And further, this resembles the Earth most. Now, we will study about the Jupiter. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun. It is the largest planet in the solar system. Which planet is the largest planet in the solar system? Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. It spins faster than any other planet, pulling its clouds into strips. Means it's spinning, it's orbiting, or its speed is very fast. That's why there appears a stripped pattern on Jupiter. Okay, we can see the stripped pattern on the Jupiter due to its speed. Clear? Now we will study about the next planet, Saturn. Saturn is the sixth closest planet sixth planet from the Sun. It has beautiful shiny rings around its middle and hence it is called the ringed planet. What is Saturn is called? Saturn is called the ringed planet. What it is called? Ringed planet. Saturn is called the ringed planet. What this is called? Saturn. Saturn is called the ringed planet due to presence of ring on it. Now we will study about the Uranus. Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun, and it was the first planet which was discovered using a telescope. The other planets from the Mercury to the Saturn have been known since ancient times, but this Uranus was discovered by the telescope for the first time. Now about the Neptune. Neptune is the eighth planet from the Sun, or the farthest planet from the Sun. It has fast blowing storms and it is very cold and dark. Neptune is very cold and dark. The last four planets, which are the last four planets, is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are very cold. Why they are very cold? Because they are very far away from the Sun. Because they are very far from the Sun. Clear? Clear to everyone? Now we have studied about this, all the planets. Now we will study about the stars. Let's study about the stars, then satellites, and then we will study about the movement of the Earth. First we will study about the stars. Let's study about the stars. We see lots of shining and twinkling objects in the sky during the night, and they are called the stars. What they are called? They are called the stars. Stars are huge balls of glowing gases that spread heat and light in space. If anyone asks you, how can you say that this is a star? Means on looking at the sky in the night. If we see a shining and twinkling objects, they are called stars. We can see during night time in the sky. And actually what are stars? Stars are huge ball of glowing gases. So only it shines now, just glowing gases that spread heat and light in the space. That spread heat and light in space. They are actually huge, but look like teeny dots because they are so far away. They are very huge, like this is very big. But when we see in the sky, they just look like a dot. They just look like a dot. Why they look like a dot? Because they are very, very far away. The sun is also a star. It looks bigger because it is the closest star to the earth. Sun is also a star, but it looks bigger. Why? Because it is closest star to the earth. Now we will study about the satellites. Satellites. Let's study about this. Satellites. Satellite is a heavenly body that revolves around a planet. Heavenly body that revolves around a planet. Many planets have their own satellites. The moon is the natural satellite of the Earth, and it is Earth's nearest neighbor in the space. In 1969, moon became the first object in the space to be visited by human beings. When anyone visited the moon for the first time? 1969. And who was that person? Neil Armstrong. That we will study in the next class also. And you might have been studying in GK also. Know this? 1969. It reflects the sun's light. From where this moon gets the light? Moon gets light from the sun. And moon has a hard and rocky surface. It has big holes called craters on its surface. Moon has a big hole on its surface, which is called the craters. What it is called? Craters. And moon has no atmosphere. Clear? Now we will study about the movement of the earth. Movement of the earth. Movement of the Like a top, just like a top, it spins on its axis, and this is called the rotation. What it is called? Rotation. At the same time, it moves around the sun, and this is called the revolution. When it moves on its own axis, spins on its own axis, it is called the rotation, and when it moves around the sun, that is called the revolution. Spinning on its own axis, rotation; moving around the sun, revolution. About the rotation and revolution and the effect of that, we will study in detail. First of all, let's study about the rotation. Let's study about the rotation. What I call rotation? Rotation is the moving of the earth on its own axis. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis. In which direction it rotates? West to east on its own axis. West to east. Now, the axis of earth is an imaginary line joining the north pole and south pole. Suppose this is north pole and this is south pole, and this imaginary line joining this is known as the imaginary line joining this north pole, and the south pole is called the axis of the earth. Then further, this axis is tilted to one side at an angle of 23.5 degree. This axis is not straight like this, but this is slightly tilted. It's rotated from its position at one side, and by how much angle? 23.5 degree. 23.5 degree. As the earth rotates, different parts of it face the sun. The part that faces the sun has day, and the part that is away from the sun has night. Clear? And it completes one round of rotation about its axis in 24 hours. In how much time it completes its rotation around its own axis? In 24 hours. This rotation of the earth causes day and night. This rotation of earth causes the day and night. The part which faces the sun has day, and the part which is away from the sun has night. Clear? Clear? Clear to everyone? Yes, I hope all of you are clear with this. One activity is given in the book that we will study. We need a lamp and a globe. The globe represents the earth and the lamp represents the sun. We have to switch on the lamp and let the light fall on the globe. Now we have to darken the room. We can see that half of the globe facing the lamp is bright with light, and the other half is dark. Now we will start rotating the globe from left to right. What can we see? We can see that when it starts rotating, different surface of the globe coming into the light and going out of reach of the lights. And this activity shows that how days and nights are formed. Clear? When we look at the globe, we notice that India is in the eastern part of the earth. India is in which part? Eastern part of the earth. And USA is in the western part. When India comes before the sun and gets sunlight, USA remains beyond the reach of sunlight. So when India has day, USA has night. So this is the way that the day and nights are caused due to rotation of earth. About the revolution, we will study in the next class in detail. for the time being, you revise this much. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you, students.